Fasting on the day of Lord Narsimha Chaturdashi is mandatory for all. Srila Sanatan Goswami has described in Hari Bhakti Vilas. So this is a text number 414. Vaishakasya Chaturdashya Shuklaya Shri Nakshatre. It means Lord Narsimha Dev appeared on the 14th day in the fortnight of the waxing moon in the month of Vaishak. Therefore, one should observe a fasting, the vow, related to this auspicious day, and worship the Lord with love and devotion. Text 415. This is in a conversation between Lord Narsimha Dev and Prahlad Maharaj. Srila Sanatan Goswami refers from Narsimha Puran. So that is found in Narsimha Puran. Varane varane tu kartavya mama atuno karanam. It means, for my pleasure, every year one should observe the vow of Chaturdashi. Those who are very fearful of material existence should certainly observe the most confidential and excellent vow. Text 416. One who purposely transgresses this vow means one who does not follow the fasting on the day of Chaturdashi, Lord Narsimha Chaturdashi. He incurs a sin. Knowing this, one should observe this supreme vow. Otherwise, he will continue to suffer rot in the hell for as long as the sun and the moon rise in the sky. Text 417. Everyone is eligible to observe this vow, especially the devotees of Lord Vishnu, Vaishnavas, and those who are inclined towards Lord Narsimha Dev. It means everyone should observe this vow. He could be a devotee of any devata or any personality. Text 418. So Prahlad Maharaj, he raised a question unto Lord Narsimha Dev. He says, O Supreme Lord, O Vishnu, I bow down to you, O Lord Narsimha Dev. I offer my obeisances to you. I am your devotee of Lord, O Lord of the Lord. I now express to you my heartfelt inquiry. O Lord, how did I develop such intense devotion for you? Please tell me, how did I become your exalted devotee? So Lord Narsimha Dev, he replies to Prahlad Maharaj's questions. He says, O greatly learned one, O my son, listen carefully as I explain to you the reason of your devotion to me that has made you very dear to me. In the ancient times, you were born as a Brahmin, but you did not study scriptures. You did not follow the duty of the Brahmin, and your name was Vasudev, and you became attached to a prostitute. In that birth, you became so attached to the prostitute that you did not bother to perform any pious activity except for a single vow in relation to me. That means Prahlad Maharaj unknowingly he fasted on the day of Lord Narsimha Chaturdashi. As a result of observing that vow, you develop exalted devotion for me. So Prahlad Maharaj, he again asks the question, O Lord Narsimha Dev, O Achyuta, who was my father in that lifetime? What was my duty? How did I observe your vow, even though I was attached to a prostitute? Kindly explain all this to me in detail. So Lord Narsimha Dev replied, in ancient times there was a Brahmin who was very educated in the Vedic scriptures. He lived in the city of Avantipur. His name was Vasu Sharma. This pious Brahmin used to perform a fire sacrifice every day. He was very expert in performing all kinds of Vedic rituals. As such, he would satisfy all the devatas of the heaven, and he was completely sinless. He did not commit any sinful activity. His wife was very pious and humble. He was famous throughout the three worlds. He was chaste, expert in performing all kinds of sacrifices. and he was always eager to serve the Lord. So that exalted Brahmin, he begot 5 sons within the womb of his wife. These sons were very pious, learned and devoted to their father. Among them, Prahlad Maharaj was the youngest. And Prahlad Maharaj, he became attached to a prostitute, unfortunately. So due to being attached to a prostitute, Lord Narsimha Dev tells Prahlad that you became so accustomed to drinking wine, alcohol, and performing other sinful activities so that you never engage in the study of the Vedas. You spend most of your time at the house of this prostitute, and one day, however, you had a quarrel with her. And because of that quarrel, you missed your meal that day. As a result, you unknowingly observed the sacred vow. Because of that quarrel with the prostitute, you did not sleep the entire night. That prostitute also did not eat anything, nor did she sleep that night in your association. Because of unknowingly observing this vow in relation to me throughout the entire day and night, both of you became purified and you gain lot of pious credits. On that strength of observing this vow, Devatas were able to enjoy their lives in the heavenly planets. In order to acquire the power to create, Brahma had observed this vow, and he was empowered to create all moving and non-moving living entities. Even Lord Mahadeva, Shankara, also observed this vow, and he could kill the great demon Tripurasura. So many devatas in ancient sages and learned and pious kings had previously followed this great vow in relation to me. By this influence, they all attained the perfection in their life. So this prostitute, she became devoted to me, and thereafter she enjoyed a great happiness within the 3 worlds. My dear child, it is for this reason this vow in relation to me is celebrated throughout the 3 worlds. This vow came into existence just to deliver such rascals, O Prahlad. By the strength of that vow, you came to render a devotional service unto me. The prostitute who followed this vow unknowingly, she became Apsara, a heavenly girl, and after enjoying the life there immensely, she entered into the supreme abode, that is Vaikuntha. Also, O Prahlad, because you observed this vow unknowingly, you became a devotee and you propagated a devotion service to all because you have incarnated separately from my body. And after completing the task of preaching the glories of devotion service, you will again enter my supreme abode, which is a Vaikuntha. So those who observe this supreme vow in relation to me will never return to this material existence, even in hundreds and millions of kalpas. And observing this vow, the person who is who doesn't have a child can have a beautiful and devoted child. A poor will become rich like a Kuvera. By following this vow, all of the desires will be fulfilled. This great vow awards a good children, good fortune to women. It prevents becoming a widow. It also removes the danger of losing their children. This vow also fulfills all the material desires. This vow bestows the prosperity. It helps women become dear to their husbands. It awards auspiciousness and the happiness of being the king of earth. So to one who observes this supreme vow in relation to me, whether a man or woman, I award happiness, sense enjoyment and liberation. So my dear child, what is the need for elaborating on the glories of this vow? Neither I nor Mahadeva can adequately describe the benefits of observing this vow. So in connection with this description, it is said the more that sinful activities increase in Kali Yuga, the less people will observe this vow. Because sinful-minded people have no interest in observing this vow, and they will be simply attached to sinful activities or impious activities. So, after considering all these facts, you should observe this vow which occurs in the month of Vaishak. O child Prahlad, when the auspicious day of Chaturdashi arrives, you should observe fasting which destroys all sinful reactions. So, anyone who hears this description of this vow, which destroy all sins, will immediately become relieved from sin of killing a Brahmin. Even one who glorifies this discussion of this most confidential and sacred vow will obtain the merit of observing this vow, and as such, all of his desires will be fulfilled. Radhe Shyam.